take these out of this man, please, and go
Every
back
time
to
this
the
man,
topic.
every time I see this man want to butt in,
I'm about to go sleep.
in a humble tone, Beanz. The purpose of when you say beating bitches up, you is installing a system, right? That is the same system in a way, right? You trying to install this fear system into a woman so she can follow your orders. The same way that a man did you. This is exactly
so,
what the purpose of being more to install for her to obey you.
Can y'all just let me deal with them? Let me deal with them. I got all three of them. It's a cakewalk. We'll kill the dumb macro point because they're controlling the women. Shiki, watch this. They're controlling the women by fear, right? So are the women being controlled by fear of the law or fear of Allah?
Both.
The law.
Both.
They're in fear.
Religion is law is both.
It's both, but their laws are based on the Quran, right?
Yeah. Sir, it's both. It's the shame of
I know I wasn't talking. You're talking. I wasn't talking. Yeah, okay. So then it would go back to Sharon's point, and he would be correct.
Which is what?
Oh my God!
Their fear. No. Their fear is not because of the law or no man. Their fear is because of their religion.
Mm-hmm.
So people without a religion, let's see you make that argument.
They're not
these women.
Stop podcast.
These women.
I got this nigga, fatty.
No, please do it. God with no religion. Let's rock.
There's not a secular country. The law of the country is literally connected to the religion. Is this like
that's the fucking point?
That's what he said.
But that's the thing. What are you talking about?
What he said.
Both. That's the point. Is both.
So you fucking idiot. That means that the fear that they have is from God.
Cool.
Sir.
What?
Boy,
this is why I told you to let me have it, Daddy.
God doesn't stone woman.
And this is the problem when you try to point out like how it's you understand it's all gotcha moments only. I wish it was more like trying to understand. And then when I listen to Jay Prince make a point that people think doesn't coincide, now I'm supposed to just cut him off, right? But I understand I understand to a level where he's coming from, even if it's off base. He's not doing it to be off base, and I just think that it just at a point like it is what it is. You know what I mean?
World class. If I can see
podcast, don't do that podcast.
It's okay.
It's not worthy. Not worthy. It's not worthy to engage in this shit. It's not worthy at all. Like it's not worthy. Just talking by talking. I just want to say one thing.
You got your ass smoked, all three of y'all.
Let him go. Just let him go. Let him have it. Let him have it. Let him have it. Let him have it. Let him have it.
Let him have it for hours so we can move to a new topic.
You're not saying nothing. You only talk
about
it.
But I put the fuck out of you. Let's move to the new topic. You're not good enough.
But wait, see, Fatty, this is why I wanted to address
it.
Because even if I can see to the religious argument, world class, I don't see you as a person who's gonna dumb themselves down. If you make the religious argument, what you're literally saying is that the women are choosing to behave. And as long as you're saying that they choosing to behave, this goes back to Ali's point a fucking hour ago, which is what we want from the women is for them to control themselves.
Sharon's point. You are responding to Sharon's point to Ali. See, y'all get lost. Mute. I don't get lost. It wasn't fucking mute. I just made sure it won. I made sure it was heard. He said you are weak. Why? If you have to use because you're not fucking Allah and you're not the Most High.
What do they
you
fear?
Have to use scared
what is it?
Woman.
What is it that they fear?
Y'all niggas were saying the laws in Islam. Which
with Islam, what did they fear with Islam? What is it?
Shut the fuck up while I'm talking. Hey, was I not quiet while these niggas was talking?
Come on, go ahead, world class. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is gonna be the last point. Go ahead.
Again, if the laws that these chicks are afraid of is from Allah, it's from the Quran, then it had nothing to do about his scenario. With what country do what? Because in this country, we don't have that. And over there in that country, they're not doing it. So it didn't fucking apply at all. They're not fucking doing it because the men made a decision to do X, and Y. They have to submit to Allah. That's what a Muslim is. That includes the women. So when Sharon, and this is the part I'm trying to get y'all to understand. I don't give a fuck about Sharon's point. His point still stands, and you still had to. We could have saved an hour and a half by just asking him what he meant. We would have saved time. It's not rocket science. That's my point. I'm not even fighting for his point. It's just stop wasting fucking an hour and. We are all content creators. We could be doing other shit and wasting time.
Right, but world class. You do realize, right, that he said that in response to a nigga making a comment on a macro level.
That's what the fuck I said.
Wait a minute. I just begged them niggas to be quiet while you was talking.
You see,
world class. What I'm saying, but we good though, huh? We good.
But not really, because
as long as everybody else be quiet.
Because here's the thing. This is what happened when you try to paint a picture, right? This is the stuff that you want me to fix and try to bring back to zero, right? But then y'all want to do it. That's the part that irks me. Just to be super candid with y'all. I'm not really interested in the back and forth. I'm saying it sounded like there was agreement there with what World Class said and what Fatty was just saying. So I don't know where the discrepancy is to go back and forth about at that juncture with this particular conversation.
The discrepancy is that he's making the argument that the conversation proceeded based on somebody not asking Sharon the right question, when what we're trying to say, myself, Fatty, and Ali, ironically, right, us three on the same team, is that it was a moot point because nobody made the statement on the individual level. We were talking about what happens on a macro level, right? Mm-hmm. So even to World Class's point right now, what he's basically saying is that the women themselves are choosing to abide in their religion. That means they're making their own choice to be cooperative, submissive, and all that other stuff, which was exactly what Ali said an hour ago. It's what we wanted from the women was for them to choose to be cooperative on their fucking own, that we didn't want to have to fight or any of that other shit with them.
A podcast, and allow me, I just have one more question. I don't have no more questions, right?
Go ahead, Fatty.
It is for Sharon, Darrell, J Prince, and World Class, right? We usually, if you are solution based, we look at the best at doing something and we mimic it, right? The stock market, basketball, the NBA. We go to Sweden to see the prison system. We go to whatever to see the health system, right? My question to this man is, what are the women that we should model? Like all the women in the West, if they had to model a woman in whatever area in the planet, since it's not the woman in the Middle East, right? Because she's oppressed and all that shit. Tell me a woman that you should actually, you say black woman, white woman, all that. You should model this after this woman in Vietnam or whatever. Like, where is this woman that should be the model of the modern in the West?
Get a bitch, bow dog, dial on. That's the woman. Get a bitch. Bow dog, dial on.
Okay, go ahead, Sharon.
Hey, so I found my woman. I found her through values. So you got to go by values. You shouldn't go by what you like in a woman. You should go about if you have values aligned with each other. Not just saying because you like a movie or because you like a basketball team, just because I like the Lakers. That's not how you should choose your woman. You should choose
what podcast is complaining about. Where is the area of the planet where you should find this woman so they model around it? Oh, you have to be green and be the same basketball and parties. That's not the question. You went to Russia to get your wife, Sharon, right?
Or whatever reason, right? Women is not a monolith.
The question is, if you were to actually look at the world and we can diagnose that the woman in the West is corrupted, everybody agrees, where will be the place in the planet other than the Middle East, because you guys don't like the Middle East because it's abused, where women are doing good so we can model our behaviors to that woman? What is the place?
Mm-hmm. So I would say you should go by the model of where the divorce rates are at. So America divorce rate is not as bad as most places in the country. We actually in the top 10. So over here we have great women, and they are staying in relationships longer than most other countries. So I say if you live in America, you are in a good spot to find a woman.
So Fatty, when he was saying, he was articulating, what was he saying initially?
He was saying, oh, you don't have to look at women by if they have the same likings as you, if they like basketball, the Lakers, or this or that, or do.
So when I'm hearing that, right, just as an example, he's saying the women are around you, but it's not you. It's not them. It's you. So he's saying you could find a woman over here if you do all the things that we've been telling men to do.
But his wife is Russian.
I understand. But you see what I'm saying?
Right,
When he's breaking it down.
He impregnated 2 black women, no good, found a Russian woman, married her, and then he turns around and says, you know, fellas, date right here on the United States. The motherfucking biggest hypocrite in the planet. The black woman wasn't good enough for him the first and the second time. The third time he picked a Russian, and now he turns around, you know what? You stay right here because women are awesome here.
Yeah,
What
yeah. No,
the
no, but
hell is this?
Fatty, you see what I'm saying?
And the stat about divorce was wrong as well too.
I got
Yes.
you, but Fatty, you see what I'm saying? So even if you saying he's being hypocritical, he's working to a point where he's like, the women are here if you get your shit together. That's all
I
I'm
got
saying.
you, Em. And let me just say this real quick, Em.
Yes, sir.
We are frustrated because we know each other tendencies for years now.
Okay.
We know when these people are bullshitting. We can literally, as soon as they start talking, here we go. So is the frustration is motherfucker, look at these motherfuckers get this shit again.
So you've been doing it for that makes sense. That makes
Yes,
sense.
we know
That's
these
the point.
people. We actually like we know each other tendencies. You know that
getting
motherfucker is
tripped
going to drive left. That's all he does.
Hold on. This is what you said earlier, Hamp.
I understand, sir.
You said you hate narratives. This was just another example of painting.
Yeah,
a
that
narrative.
got
Was that a narrative?
No, fine. Sharon, where did I lie?
Fucking God.
No,
Totally fine, Sharon. Where was
Wrong.
the lie that I said?
Ron, what I heard what he was saying was the familiarity of it. So when I'm hearing your approach to a question, I'm hearing it as just an approach to a question. It seems as though they're hearing it as you've been doing this shit for too long. I'm tired of this approach.
My question is, where did I lie, Sharon?
Where did you lie? That I'm not painting a narrative. That's the problem. I
So
am
where did I lie? Answer, where did I lie?
I'm answering it how I really hear the question, and you making it seem like I'm not answering it the way how I hear the question. You make it seem like I am doing something I'm not doing.
A narrative is a lie. Is me putting something together that is actually not real. Sharon, tell me on my statement. You made 2 black woman baby mamas. You didn't choose them. Then you choose to marry the Russian woman. So you're not telling other people to peek inside while you're exporting your wife. My question is, where is the line?
This is between them.
Wait, it's not personal, Sharon. Like, where am I lying if it's a narrative?
Wait. Sharon's point still stands. Sharon's point still stands. You don't have to use, because he could be the minority. Like, let's just say what you said is true, right? He could be a singular person. Just to refute your point is he'd say, I got my daughter married to a U.S. person, my cousin, my uncle. He get 15, 20 people, and that would make his point still stand. You're identifying an individual. So he based part of his point on the stats of America and divorce rates, etc. His point still stands.
It's actually perfect, Aaron. So what's the problem with Derek Jackson? Derek Jackson can preach to everybody, do whatever you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do that, and in real life doesn't have to actually comply with what he says. What's the problem with Derek Jackson then? He's telling the woman, do this, while he's on the back, cheating, doing a bunch of shit. This is my personal life. What's the problem?
There's a simple answer to that. If Derek Jackson did all those things you said and he never ever got caught, there's no knowledge of that, right? He's telling you the right information, right? If that's the problem with people, is it about if the information is right or is it about who's saying the information?
Okay,
Tell him, Aaron. Tell him, Aaron. Tell him.
Wait, Aaron, no, since you're being very logical, yes or no, did he answer Fatty's question?
Where did I lie?
I don't know. Oh, which question? That's what I'm saying.
The question was, what women do our women get to model themselves against?
No,
that's the first one.
I did not hear an answer to that.
He
may have said it, but I didn't hear it.
He asked me, Darren and Sharon. This is what I would say, Fatty.
But I did answer it though. I actually did answer it.
Let me just.
What was his answer? What was his answer though, Jay Prince?
No. Let Jay Prince talk. Go ahead.
Just probably didn't hear.
If I had to model our women to let's say my daughters or women from here to outside of other women, I would say absolutely no place, because we can sit up here and say that places like Middle East or even in your country, they might perceive to be even this way, but behind closed doors, we don't know what those men have to do to get them to operate in that way. So saying that our women have to, let's just say hypothetically, if I say I wish I model my women after those Middle Eastern women, right, because they behave this way, is also saying that you will have to implement the same type of behaviors that those men that we, all of us is ignorant of what they are doing to make those women to operate in that certain fashion. So I would say when it comes to be more realistic, let's stop going all overseas because we here in America. I would say the main problem what I was getting at is that us men why first off you gotta ask yourself, why is us men, especially us black men, right? Because I only hear us, right? Why is black men is so seeking for this control out of women? Maybe that comes from some type of low self-esteem within yourself, and since you already emasculated, you need something to claim you a man and to get dominance over these women, because typically a woman gonna behave on the way how the man is, right? So if the man is masculine, that woman gonna act feminine nature. But if you was a feminine man, that woman gonna act masculine. So if y'all having a problem,
what kind of man are you?
No, don't make it personal, Ali. Don't make it personal.
I'm gonna let him play with this.
But see, that's
it's not making a personal shot. It's not making a personal shot at all.
You disrupting, you disrespecting, nobody calling you out.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna catch you later, my guy.
Be safe, bro.
It's that y'all be safe.
Let me lay my plane. God damn. So if a woman acting master, that means I don't lost my train of fucking thought.
Hey, so now here's what it is, right? Real quick, Jay Prince. The premise that they said was that their government is largely predicated on their religion. The women are making the decision to follow their religion to its core. So it's not the men putting pressure on them. They're following their Quran appropriately, which is why they submit to their men.
But these men is ignorant of, they don't know what's going on behind closed doors. For one of these niggas lived overseas. Only thing they going on.
How you legally live overseas?
Yeah, he lives overseas. But JP, I guess the reason would be why the closed door. The reason why the closed door argument wouldn't work is because you don't know what's happening behind there either. But if
you can't use it as a point, then.
Well, no, what it is if they submit. So what aligns is their government and their religion, and so in their holy book, there's order, and so those women submit to their God, and so that's why their men don't have to. The speculation, they don't have to bully them and touch them because they're already submitting to the religion in the first place.
That was our main talking point.
Wouldn't that fundamentally undermine the fear conversation?
Yeah.
No, because it's
sorry. Say it again.
It just like
wouldn't that fundamentally undermine their fear conversation that they were having? That was their point when they criticized Daryl for saying terror.
Slightly, however, fear is a part of it, though, right? So you
fear of Allah, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As distinguished from the men that they were referring to prior to that referred to
man
that
is your so the man is a lord over his woman also.
Indeed.
Right. And so remember, the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Right. And so fear is undivided attention when you see it in holy books. So like when your dad yelled for your name and you snap to and you don't blink and you don't move, that's what that fear is related to. Right. And so when we use the fear, we just got to understand what it is that we're talking about. That's all.
And can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
We're talking about fear in men, correct? If we're saying the religion is man-made, in order to keep from me being physical, if I can convince my woman to believe in a God, not saying a God don't exist, if I can convince my woman to believe in a God that on a Christian side and Islam say if you don't believe or be committed to this religion, you'll burn in hell, is man still using fear?
You gonna do that while you fucking her? Right, like
that has nothing to do with what I asked. That has nothing to do with what I asked.
Unfortunate thing is,
if we saying man is the leader, okay, go ahead.
I mean, unfortunately, you said man-made, so that's where we would have to part ways, right?
but I'm saying because some people may not believe the God. I'm saying for the odd people that's watching,
they're just wrong. So what I would tell them is it's not man-made, and so that's why those women follow it so religiously, for lack of a better term.
True. Do you think that does man implement order? Does man give didn't man pass down religion to women, even according to the Bible?
Yes.
Then he gets the word for it first.
Yes.
So should we say a man told her, if you don't listen, you're gonna burn in hell? Isn't that using fear?
With the Quran, with the Bible,
while you're fucking her.
and you interject a man doesn't dismiss the fact that God exists, like Hamp said.
Every time you interject, you're actually not making
whatever. You interject the entire time.
Conversation.
So I know I'm going to dominate your point. There's nothing you can talk about. Just like Hamp just said, those people are wrong. So just interjecting a man doesn't dismiss the fact that it's for God.
Yeah.
Bringing up a man in that scenario doesn't dismiss that it's for God. You go.
So
yes, he can have that. That's neither here nor there. The moderator already
I'm talking about the over pursuing that you're doing. Go ahead.
Right, the moderator already acknowledged it. Right, it's the same reason why they try to hold.
What you said was redundant.
No,
I got you. You got it. I can see.
For no reason.
The point is that it's the same reason why the niggas try to hold Adam accountable for what Eve did.
They always say he's wrong.
Well, God gave her the message. Well, you can't have it both ways, right? God gave him the message and he trickled the message down on her, which means she was literally following him, right? Or she was following God, and then you have to make them accountable for their own actions.
So Adam didn't follow his own law?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Adam didn't follow his own laws. He didn't follow God.
That don't even make sense.
That like you said to what's name earlier, I think that's a deeper conversation that we can't have here.
He's not
I
answering
would
the
love
question.
to have it. I would love to have it with you, but I'm just saying, if we go by the narrative, which is that God gave it to man and man gave it to woman, right? Technically, she's following man, right?
Yes.
Based on trusting him that he's saying what he got came from God. You understand what I'm saying?
Technically, she's following God.
So why the women here don't follow God?
No, I agree with you. That's why I said technically she's following
because
man.
the men are fucking them.
What?
That's why.
They haven't said it, but it's
before.
Hold on, podcast Fatty. Hey, Hamp, are you acknowledging what they're actually doing?
The answer, no. See, I'm not conceding that, Ali. I apologize, right? It sounds like everybody talking about what they want to talk about, right? But here's the thing. The reason why, see, Daryl just yelled out they fucking them, but here's what that actually means is you said, so why aren't they doing it here? The answer would be because men ain't following God. So if men aren't following God, listen, because you said what? The man gets the message from God, trickles it down, right?
Thank you.
Right? And so if it's perceived that men aren't following God, right, there is no message to trickle down. So why are the women?
Ali, I got you.
Ali, listen. When I start saying it and turn to discern what he said, Ali was already shaking his head. So I know I didn't say what I said didn't matter, but at least it was said to understand where they was coming from. Yeah, and that's well, hold on, Ali. That's why when you say it's a derailing tactic, and I explain what it means, that's not fair to the moderation at that point.
Hamp, he said women fear God, they don't fear man, Hamp. And now you took that and said that they fear men. They fear men, not God.
And that can be easily debatable.
And it's just
perfectly.
It's just a debatable thing. You see what I'm saying?
Are suffering from the same problems. This point is literally irrelevant. There's bishops being betrayed, pastors being betrayed, men that are hyper religious getting cheated on, getting divorced.
That's why the men use force to do it. But we can't make points because y'all over talking everybody else tonight.
Fatty's right. But here's what Fatty has to understand about those men that are going through it, Fatty. They're not following God either.
Thank you.
No, seriously.
Thank you.
And then see, I don't. And if you notice, right? I don't do no laughing. I don't be trying to. I don't play.
Don't do that. Right? You become frustrated a lot of times, and you fall back and says, "Oh my God, this is terrible. You guys are dry." You make comments about the show. Why can we?
When we talk, okay, all right, I can see.
Do you not see y'all got to see the direct line of questions that he's opening himself up for?
Can I say?
Let's be respectful.
You got like y'all over talking their own hoes.
And it just turns, it's corny, right? Because it turns into, oh, do this. Well, they just they telling you what they telling you. I don't understand, Ali, why you want me to stop them.
Because Hamp, you said that women are not following God because men are not following God.
Correct.
World Class said women are not following man because they follow God over there. They don't follow man. He said they follow God. That is what he said. Hey, listen, man.
That's not it. The question that you should be asking to Hamp right now, Ali, is how can he prove that men aren't following God? That's the question.
Because the Bible says you're not supposed to fuck till you get married, and you niggas have babies before marriage. Why the fuck would the woman listen to your bitch ass? That's
the Bible don't say that. The Bible don't say that, and I'm so glad that you said that because now Hamp can understand that you're just talking out the side of your ass because that's not what the Bible says.
I can see my time. They got it.
But Hamp, even if I can see that that's what he meant by it, what's the evidence that men aren't following God?
The laws.
What laws? That they supposed to follow the laws of the land?
No, in the Torah.
Oh wait, so you please tell me you're not about to fall on ignorance is does not absolve you from following the law, right? Please tell me you're not about to do that because you know the majority of niggas in this country don't know about the law.
You asked the question. You asked the question. How do I know they're not following the Most High? Because they're not following His laws. I don't know why. What is the section for that answer? What's the reason?
Because now we're gonna have to book bang, and that's crazy. This is why
you don't have to book bang.
Y'all don't have that.
You asked me
because you know you and
slow down.
Both know that these niggas don't have the Torah. Come on, fam.
Slow down. What I'm saying is this: you asked, "How do we know?" That's how you would know. That's it. I don't know what. Why you want to go back and forth about that podcast?
Because that's based on your because hold on real quick. I'm sorry, Daryl.
I promise you.
Okay, go ahead, Daryl. Go ahead.
We can't tell women when you have babies outside of marriage, you're going against God. But me fucking you before marriage means I'm still obeying God. That's why they don't fucking listen to you dumb niggas now.
And then are you having sex? Are you having sex?
Do you follow God, Daryl?
I'm not promoting them.
Don't make it personal, Ali. Don't make it personal.
No. Hold on. The main point we already went away from. Worldcast said that they fear Allah in the Quran. He wanted to give it like he's Arab because he says the Quran a certain way. He said women follow Allah. We were saying that Hamp said that women don't follow God because men don't follow God. It's two different points that they were making, and Hamp took you use that and use what they said. Daryl said that was a World Class point. Daryl said that they don't follow it because a man don't follow. World Class said they follow Allah. They scared Allah. They ain't worried about man. They worried about the Quran. That's what he said.
Okay. What point are you driving?
Then Daryl said women don't follow the Bible because men don't religion because men don't follow religion, and then you supported that as if World Class said that. That wasn't the point.
But see, Ali, respectfully, I agree with you, Ali.
You're butting what you said.
Wait. Ali, I agree with you.
Remember, you said, Ali, so why, something to the effect of why aren't they doing that here, or why aren't they following the man? And I was replying to you. It had nothing to do with World Class.
Right, Hamp, I agree. Your point was different than his point. I responded to your point.
What's the issue?
Because he said women. Because if we can rewind later on, we can do a part 2 of this. He said
women not look good right now. That's what it is. But they have a problem with somebody else that they're going against look good. That's what it has. That fucking shit is clear and concise. Before you ever said it, I said you were responding to Ali.
We've been talking about fear, and if we have to fight men and create fear in our women, right? But he said that don't even matter because the reason why they follow over there is because they fear Allah.
Right. But Ali, respectfully, this is why I'm telling you the reason why that's the wrong path is because you're talking about two different religions. This is why I was just saying the Hamp is we're going to end up book banging, right? Because it's going to go down to the Torah and then Christian versus Hebrew Israelite versus it's like fuck it, none of that don't matter, right? Religion is religion, right? So I'm saying put them all on the same landscape, just had a conversation in a generality sense, right? And then if you had a conversation in the generality sense, then you have to tell me how men aren't following God, because according to this specific religion,
it was already answered.
They're following the law of the land.
It was already answered,
which is legitimately what that Bible tells them to do.
Yeah. It was already answered though, Beans.
But it was based on your knowledge. It was based on your belief, right? Because your belief is that this Torah book matters, right?
Yeah, you asked me the question, right?
Absolutely. But that's
Okay.
your belief. Your belief does not constitute reality.
They asked why aren't women following, right?
No.
And
I
then,
asked you what's your
how do I
evidence that
know?
men aren't following God? That's what I asked you. And you
Mhm.
said because they're not following the Torah, right? But then that comes back to belief, which isn't based in reality. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, in instead of making it about what book is what book, right? I'm saying what's the actual evidence, right?
Mhm.
That men aren't necessarily following God. What is it that they're actually
Exact-
doing or not doing that isn't in
Exactly.
line with following God?
Exactly, right? And so when you keep saying God, right, and you're talking about here, what's the predominant religion, right? So then once you answer that
Christianity.
question, okay, so then once you answer that question, then you say, how do you know? It's because they're not
Yes.
keeping the laws of God. That's
Which is
it.
what?
Which is the 613 commandments, right? Because faith is without works is dead. That's it.
But
I
no
don't
man
understand.
can, because no man can keep all of them.
You would have
It's
to prove
impossible.
that. You would have to prove it.
What?
Ham.
This me, bro. Don't do it.
You would
Ham,
have
in
to
the-
say, look,
Ham, in the
This
New
me, bro.
Testament.
Don't do
Ham,
it.
Y'all later, man.
yeah, and that's the thing, right?
Hey,
Like,
Ham,
so here's
if
the
you go to
thing.
that-
I'm
You
not
know they can't follow them all.
real quick. I'm not wrestling. I'm not wrestling to prove being wrong. He's asking me questions and I'm answering his question.
Absolutely.
Right? And then you want to keep diving into, well, this, well, then what about this? Well, then what about, like, you may eventually get to a point where you can say checkmate, right? But is that the point of the conversation?
No. What I'm trying to get
Right.
you to realize is that you can't. I'm trying to get. At first, I tried to get you away from your belief. Now I got you away from your belief. You were willing to concede to what is the general religion in this country, which isn't based on the Torah, it's based on the Bible, right? But what I'm saying is, okay, then, so what is
No.
it that they're actually doing or not? Okay, you're saying no. So what percentage, like you always do, the minority or the majority of the men in this country actually have knowledge of the Torah?
You said this. The laws are not based on the Torah, they're based on the Bible, right? You said that. I said no, right? Because where is the Torah? It's the first 5 books of the Bible that everybody reads today. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
So, Ham, just to clarify,
But you're the same one. Wait, Ali, please.
Fatty, be safe.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Fatty.
What time is it, Fatty, over there?
7 a.m. 7
Oh,
something.
shit. Okay.
I
But
appreciate it.
him,
Very much
in
right.
multiple conversations, you have admitted that you know these niggas don't read. Your one of your main issues with a specific religion is that they don't actually read the Bible.
But you see this though, right? So I answer the question pointedly. Now it's going into now niggas don't read. So I'm answering the question, but think about it, Beans. I'm literally giving you answer.
I understand that.
Etc. So why now they don't read? But you said, how do I know they don't follow the law? Because what? They don't read. You can use that same logic. They
You're
don't know
ignoring
the
the main part that I asked you, which is that nobody can be perfect. So that means even if they didn't follow the first 5 books, so even if they didn't follow the first 5 books, what about the second half? What about the new covenant? What about the red letters? What about all this other stuff? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm asking you.
Not really.
Wait, but okay, Hamp, but listen, respectfully, I asked you directly, right? What is it that they're doing or not doing, right? That you can argue that they aren't following God. That's what I asked you.
And I said they're not keeping God's law. I don't know how else you want me to say it.
Okay, you got it, bro.
I know.
All that evasive shit.
No, nobody. And see, that's the thing, right? And so, and here's the
because when you ask me questions, I answer.
Here's what Beans just said that's problematic, right? They just complained about gaslighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then evasive. I'm answering questions directly. There was nothing evasive about it. I said God's law, then it went to this. Then I told you where the Torah was, right?
Yes, because there's a lot in God's law, though.
And then you say nobody can keep the law perfectly. I didn't even answer that. But then you mentioned red letter. So what does the red letter actually tell you? Jesus gave people grace. So when they mess up following the law, they can ask for forgiveness, unlike before where you couldn't ask for forgiveness, right? So you're right. You don't have to be perfect. thank God for Jesus for coming through, giving us grace, right? So now it's all full circle, but then somehow somebody ran from those remedial questions you asked. Doesn't make sense.
If you just admitted that you don't have to be perfect, then how can you argue that they aren't following the law?
You said perfect, right? I said grace allows you to make mistakes and then fix those mistakes.
Right. Which you're saying that you don't have to be perfect.
Watch this. Some of the laws, right, are outward. You can see if somebody's keeping them, right? So when I see pastors that don't, for instance, aren't donning what you're supposed to don in Numbers 15, instantly you can see right then and there they're not keeping the law. See, it's not hard.
But no man can keep all of it.
Did you hear what I just said?
I did.
Okay.
So if you arguing that a person is, let's say
Ali, you understand what I'm saying, right? So if like for instance,
saying they can keep it if you always ask them for forgiveness, is that what you're saying, Hamp?
No.
No. So like this, when he says, "How do I know the pastors?" Right, Ali, when they don't have their fringes on, boom, I know they're not keeping the law. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't have to know all of the insight into the man to understand that some of the laws are outward. So when I see when I'm bald head, okay, boom. With a shaved beard,
he's asking you, he's asking you, can anyone follow every single law? That's what he's asking you. Even one person, are they following all the laws?
Yes.
But the Bible in the New Testament says that man is incapable of following all the laws. That's why Jesus came.
You remember this, right? Philippians 4:13 says what? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Paul said that. He's not a fool. So that's what I'm saying. But we have a grace period where you can correct your wrongs. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying motherfuckers is like boom, 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 every single one. But what I'm saying, when you misstep, ask for grace and don't misstep anymore, because eventually, there's no more sacrifice for sinning intentionally. That's
okay.
all.
So in Galatians, hold on real quick, pockets. In Galatians 2:16, it says, knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Jesus Christ, even we have believed in Jesus Christ, that we might be justified by the faith of Christ and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law, no flesh can be justified.
What does that mean?
No man can get through hell just living in the flesh. You can't be perfect. You can't in the flesh. You have to make it through Christ. To get to heaven, you have to go through Christ.
Perfect, right? But I you're not using that verse to refute what I'm saying, right? Because you would be totally off base, right? Because here's what the letter to Galatia slow down a little bit, right?
Okay.
Those Jews did not understand that Jesus was the Christ, right? So Paul's illustrating a point to those Jews specifically. They already keep the law. What he's trying to get them to understand is that Jesus is important, right? And you need to believe that Jesus is the Christ in order to get the kingdom. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know I don't know what the point, but you see that, but look at this, Ali, real quick.
You asking me? Okay.
No, I'm not trying to cut, but just look at this, right?
Okay.
We got here because what? I was answering the questions directly. No podcast didn't like my answers, and so now we're here talking about Jesus.
Because it wasn't direct, and I'm not gonna dumb myself down for your crowd and anybody else's to pretend like it was. If you ask me right now, what kind of hat I got on, or what's the brand of my hat, and I say it's a brand that's sold in the store, I'm not answering you. I know that you're looking for Nike, Adidas, Prada, something like that. So if I don't answer your question, I'm not actually answering.
But you understand it's a very bad analogy, right?
I don't, because when I asked you what is it that the men aren't doing, you could have said they aren't praying, they aren't eating, they aren't fasting, they aren't loving, they aren't. You didn't say any of it. You said they're not keeping the laws. And what I said to you,
and then guess what I told you? That the law is found in the Torah. So not only did I tell you, because which your analogy, I would have said Bible. No, I said Torah, and then I told you where it was because you didn't know that was the first 5 books of the Bible. So not only did I not give you bullshit laws, I said there's 613. They're in Leviticus, Genesis through Deuteronomy.
Right. But it was irrelevant because when
that's a whole bunch more information that you asked for.
Cool. But when we hold on, Ali. But when we made the argument that no man can follow all of them, you said yes they can, but we know they're gonna end up messing up, so that's why they get grace. Well, then that means they can't, right? We're talking about at all points in time, can you go without a blemish, and that's impossible. What I'm saying is there's.
I see what you missed. You're not upholding the intellectual standards. Is that how you say it?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So ask better questions. What you should have asked is, can men keep the law perfectly? The answer would be
said
no.
that.
Nope.
That's what he meant.
Nope.
It
Nope.
doesn't-
You
it
said
doesn't-
you
No,
said
ain't no what
are
I
they
meant.
per-
Literally
No,
came
wait,
around
wait,
and
watch,
said,
wait, watch this, watch this podcast. You getting Ali? What did you just say?
That's what he. From.
No. What did you just say? What did you just say? That's
Perfect.
what he
Being
what?
perfect, follow
That's
all
what
the
he what?
laws. That's what podcast. That's what.
No,
podcast said.
Ali. What did you just blurt out? You said that's what he what?
What do you mean?
You just said that's what he meant, right?
Yeah, you said
that's what he meant.
That's what he meant, right?
No,
And
no,
so
no,
think about this. Wait. Watch
Not
this.
say that.
Watch this, because you getting. So you just said that's what he meant.
Right.
Is that what he said, Ali?
Yes.
Yes.
Who want to bet? Put the money on the
Ali. Let me just ask you a question.
Yeah, you said perfect.
Are
You
you-
said no man can be. You said no man
What
can
you gonna bet?
Let me
That you
ask
didn't
you a
think
question.
laws perfectly. That's what we bet. We debating that, right?
Let me ask you a question.
No. Don't try to turn it around world class. Everybody heard what the fuck I said.
No.
I said
Here's the
man
thing.
can be perfect.
I want to know
thing.
that.
Here's the thing.
I want
That's
to
what
bet.
I said.
Hey, this the funny part, right? Ali said that's what he meant,
Absolutely.
right? So,
Ali ain't me.
so what does that mean? That's not what he actually said.
Ali can't speak for me.
No, because we're
You
doing
know
what we did
me, but
earlier.
I'm
We're
just
playing
saying-
semantics now.
I'm just
No matter-
saying, right? I'm just
I
saying.
can't.
He can't speak for me. Bet the money.
Hold on. Hey, podcast. Hold on. Podcast. Hold on. Hey, Hamp, are you saying that what podcast and me, Wolfen, saying is that we didn't say that we're saying man can't follow that law perfectly? Is that what you're saying?
No.
That you didn't get that from us? That's what I'm asking. You
Yeah,
didn't get that from
he
us.
said
Twitter,
no
right?
man is perfect, so
Yes.
they can't keep the law.
Yes, that's what he said.
Right? I said no, men can keep the law. Jesus came to give us grace so we don't get destroyed for every time we do a sin.
Okay, so let me
Right?
ask you
And
again.
so wait, Ali, hold on 1 second. You know I love
good
you.
at this.
Yeah, I know it's got ugly because
No, you-
I've been moderating. Now I'm not. So
That's
now,
you being a Hamp. Okay.
nah, you getting your ass kicked. Now,
No, you being disingenuous, Hamp.
no, this is what's actually happening. So now keeping the law perfectly means what? You never misstep, right? That's why the law is being kept perfectly. An example of that would be Job, right? Because the Most High said it out of his mouth himself.
Right.
So you see how it's different?
Uh-huh.
I can see how you try to make it
No
different,
man-
but we know what he was
no
trying. You
man
saying
can go
keep
with
the
no
laws
guy.
and then you
Yeah,
got
because
the
that
book.
don't matter. Ali, you let them have that.
Yeah, you
Fuck
can have
Job.
that.
Let
You're
the
saying that we have the
podcast
book,
say.
that we follow the book, we keep the laws. That's what you're saying. You knew what he was trying to imply. You're
See,
saying,
now I got to do all this. Now I got to do all this
Yeah,
discerning,
because
right?
Hamp-
But then,
Hamp-
go ahead. My bad.
in my belief and not knowing, I believe that you knew exactly what he was implying and what I was implying.
No. See, here's the thing. So then think about what was happening. I'm breaking down what Jay Prince said. I'm breaking down what Daryl said. Now I'm not supposed to do that with them. But now I gotta fucking decipher what the fuck Beanz talking about, and he an atheist. Hey, Sharon, they want me to decipher what
Bandit
atheist
babble,
talking
man.
about.
Bandit babble.
Fucking dumb, bro.
Hey,
Y'all
Hamp,
That's bandit babble right there, Hamp. Bandit babble.
These niggas that open their mouth on me and y'all put on.
And this nigga right here looking like he agree with this bullshit.
Hell day on you, nigga. Do y'all know how much I'm gonna drag you niggas?
Okay, Ali, hold on, real quick. Ali, what were you saying? My bad.
Can you formulate what your kids are telling you, even if they can't formulate a sentence? Can you know what they're telling you?
Stop pushing that narrative, man. I said
So Beanz don't look like my kids.
I'm letting this nigga trick you.
I know. You right, podcast. You right. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't know why you're doing that right now. Hamp, you don't usually do this. I don't know why
Beanz, why did he compare you to the kid?
This nigga ain't shit, man. Ali, don't let this nigga trick you.
I can't believe you doing that, Hamp. I can't believe you.
No.
You said it earlier. You still doing it, Hamp?
Ali, don't do it. You heard it. You was a part of it. You the one that said mint. I didn't say nothing about mint. You could have stayed there on mute, but instead you jumped off
I'm
and
gonna
put,
say
and put
mint,
Beanz in
but
the bathroom.
Right, because you knew what he meant. No matter what you said, no matter what we can say, it's semantics. When I say semantics, they're the king. Right on this side is the king of semantics.
Ali, you might be right, but he's telling you handed him the ammunition, nigga. Let this one go so we can win.
Beanz.
I'm trying to win some money, man. Stop making this what he meant to be shit.
Go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Now, who the fuck bet money that I
see what
said a
you're saying now.
nigga
I see what you're saying now. It's crazy. I can't
Man,
believe
nigga.
Hey,
That's
no,
cool.
Ali,
You
there's
know
nothing
what I'm
not to believe. There's
Damn, I
nothing
can't
not to
believe-
believe. Because here's the thing. You should have said this though, Ali. Keep it a buck. When Beanz said I was talking around What'd you say? Being my fault. You said I was kind of answering or whatever.
Yeah,
evading.
I said you wasn't answering directly.
Now,
to the
Ali,
question.
when I was answering his questions, let me see where your head is at. You might be sleepy. Was I answering directly? Was I answering directly when he was asking me the questions about when we went down the line?
Yeah, you answering directly.
Oh, you nigga ain't shit.
No.
This nigga light-skinned it, man.
No. You want me to stop? You wanted me to stop. I'm not over pursuing anymore. I want the bet. Go ahead and do the bet.
They ain't gonna bet because this nigga know the fuck I said it. He know I said it.
But you see, but Beans. No. Why didn't Ali stop you when you were telling me I wasn't answering directly? He know I was.
Because I light-skinned.
Because earlier in the conversation, there's Hamp, you could have stopped me a long time ago. That's why I said, even if he misspoke, even if I misinterpreted off a technicality that we keep the commandments but aren't perfect, then you could have went, okay, this is what you're trying to say. That's all you had to do.
Oh God, you know these niggas can't, man. So I'm trying to tell you.
No. See now here's Ali.
Sharon, I'm gonna tell you this, Hamp. Sharon did that to me earlier. He believes in the Bible. He believes in the Bible, but he admitted that he doesn't follow it to a T. But he believes it. He still holds the law, but he doesn't follow it to a T. He did the same thing to me earlier, and you did the same thing Sharon did to me earlier on the panel with Beanz.
Now let me ask you a question, right? Beanz and I are going back and forth, right? Are you saying we're debating out of love, right?
Of course.
You want me to help the nigga?
No,
see, I can't help. He keep throwing you under the bus, me.
You gonna straw me? Okay, you got it. Hey, Hamp, you got it. Show, baby.
Hey, Ali, leave Beanz alone, man. Leave Beanz alone,
man. Hey, podcast, he just did it.
Hey, listen, man.
Hey,
I'm not mad at this nigga though. I'm mad at you because you told this nigga, nah, fuck that, bet the bread, nigga.
Sharon, real quick.
I just want to say, yo, I appreciate this more than you ever know. That you had to deal with that and you handled it with the grace that you did. It's because a lot of times is that, like, you know how Fatty was saying earlier that people act a certain way, and I think today it was proven the fact that people do act a certain way because even you was dealing with it and everybody experienced them the same exact way you did. But one thing I would say is that you handled it with grace because you was able to keep your tone properly and you didn't allow it to frustrate even though you was frustrated, and I just want to commend you for that. That was freaking
thank you, bro.
Awesome, brother. Like seriously, because I don't have that calmness the way how you was able to through frustration.
Yeah, I always try to stay.
Keep that tone.
Can I say something?
Wow. Masterful. And it goes to show that, you know, sometimes people they see things a certain way because they're able to paint things a certain way, and really the person that is saying that other people's painting, they're usually talking about themselves, and it was masterful. It happened in real time. That was the beauty of it.